Hey guys, welcome to this CCB video blog. Now today I'm going to be going on about lines again. Fluoro versus mono. I just did that video, just put up the other day. And of course, you know, in the comments on that, some people didn't believe the test, didn't think it was a true test. They were saying things about the lines are cheap or the diameter is smaller, this and that. They still think fluoro is stronger than mono. They're saying it doesn't have the stretch. Although in that test, I think you could tell that fluoro has pretty much about the same amount of stretch as mono. But it also led to people saying that the mono compared to the fluoro, yeah, that's right, I don't have any fluoro because I don't fish fluoro. But anyway, it led to people saying that the mono is not very abrasion resistant and the fluoro is very abrasion resistant. So some of mine said, yeah, it didn't exactly break at 12 pounds where it was supposed to, because he tested 12-pound fluoro against 12-pound monos to see which would break with that amount of weight. But it suddenly became this thing about abrasion. It's got much better abrasion resistance. Yeah, you can use your mono. Anyway, they say it has more stretch, but you get around any nicks or it takes you into like logs and sticks, that mono's gonna break and the fluoro is gonna hold way, way better than your mono. I don't know, it's kind of a fluoro against mono thing. I'm just trying to see which one is better using tests and stuff. Last one I did was a friend of mine. I did the full weight before they snapped. This one I just found, I don't really know this person. I think it's saltwater strong, something like that. But I stumbled onto some tests he did about abrasion between fluoro and mono. So I figured, hey, I already did that one. Let's just follow this up. Let's keep going with this whole line testing thing. And so right now, we're gonna do a test to see which has better abrasion resistance, mono or fluoro. Here we go. Okie dokie. This is the second half of fluoro versus mono, like I said. And I said I found this guy that did this test, and he kind of came up with a pretty cool way to test abrasion on lines and see which one can handle the abrasion the longest before it breaks. And I did also find out that there isn't actually a standard in the industry to test for abrasion resistance, like something that they can test every line under. But I think they might use this guy's test because it seemed pretty good. It seemed like it was fair and everything else. Well, all right, well, let me just show you what he has for the setup for the way he's testing to see which one can handle abrasion.
I could put these lines right there. So I have two lines that are hung over this sandpaper, the yellow sandpaper, and there's two weights. They're equally weighted, and so I have the exact same tension on each line. So it has an even texture, and then it's mounted on this rod, which is going to be moving back and forth in a consistent manner, so that even if the rod does move a little bit faster or slower than the others, it's impacting both lines the exact same.
There it is. See, it pretty, I mean, yeah, it seems good, seems legit. It's a way to scrape them, you know, across. So first off, he starts out with the 20-pound mono, and he starts off with a 20-pound, I think it's Cigar fluoro. And he does two runs. He does two tests in this comparison, and he switches their sides and stuff. And well, let's just see the results. Because according to most people, and the comments I got about fluoro versus mono, everybody is pretty sure that their fluoro is going to win this test. Sure, it didn't win the dead weight snapping, but it's going to win this abrasion one.
So test number one, we have the traditional mono on this side, and then we have the fluorocarbon this side. Both of these are 20 pounds. All right, so there goes the fluoro. So that was the more expensive fluoro, and that was, I think it was 32 oscillations, at least 8 more. There it is. And just to make sure that this test assembly is accurate, I'm going to do the same test, but I'm going to switch the lines. Keep everything the exact same. The weights are going to stay on the same side. I'm just going to tie these lines on the opposite sides. All right, there goes the expensive fluoro again. So as we can see, it is, yeah, as we can see there, that was not even close.
Alrighty, anybody surprised? I'm sure there's actually quite a few people that are surprised on that test. But I know where this is going in the comments right now because it happened with the other test. People are going to go on about diameter. Like, yeah, but the 20-pound Cigar fluoro compared to the 20-pound mono, the mono's probably thicker. Yeah, they're both 20-pound, but it's thinner. So yeah, of course it's going to, you know, break quicker because it's a thinner diameter. It's going to rub through it quicker. This time the guy was ready for this sort of thing. So what he does now is he takes a Yozuri line, and it's actually 25 pound, and it's actually a little bit bigger diameter than that same 20-pound mono. I said I knew where this was going if I just put in that part, because people would be, oh, well, it's thinner and it's rubbing, and yes, of course it's gonna. So here we go. He does the same test, the same size, same mono, but he adds bigger 25-pound fluoro, and the diameter is actually slightly bigger than the mono. Let's see how that test went.
Mono, fluoro, and we're gonna go ahead and see which one wins. Oh, wow. There goes the expensive mono, or the expensive fluorocarbon, and does not want to break. There we go, wow. Wow, there goes the fluorocarbon once again. I haven't counted the additional revelations here, additional oscillations, but that again, that wasn't even close. That's shocking.
I mean, what can you say to that? I'm sure with the people that are diehard fluoro people and hate mono, they're going to have something to say about it. But I don't know. I mean, to me, that's just like the other one. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, they're supposed to be 12 and they broke before that. This one, same thing. Everyone says one's more resistant than the other, but in the results, it was the opposite. All right, let me go do my final thoughts on this. Well, there's the results. I don't really know what you can say about it. The guy came up with a unique way to test it. It seemed legit. I mean, he did everything right. He tested it twice. He switched them, just rubbing it over sandpaper, which, I mean, how can you say that's not something that it's, you know, a log or a branch or weed stem or something is not imitating his sandpaper rubbing on it? So I don't know what to say now. I've always been a mono guy. I like mono. I always thought it was abrasion resistance. Yes, there's difference in different lines that I've used over the last 40 years. But like I said, people just kept telling me fluoro is more resistant than mono. I mean, it has less stretch, and yeah, it can handle all that rubbing and thing, and it won't break. Well, I don't know, in that test, it didn't seem to pan out that way. So I mean, I don't know. You guys saw those results just like you saw the last test results. Come to your own conclusions, but after that, I think my mono's looking pretty good. I'm gonna have one more series in these little videos of another test of mono, but this time against braid. I think you guys are probably going, all right, well, we know where that one's gonna go. So let's get to it for this little blog. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it helped you. Maybe it opened your eyes to something. And please join us for our next video blog. Grows, thanks, I'm filming here. Also watch our tips and tricks, our biology bites, and come join us live. We fish a lot live, and we have a lot of fun live. A lot of discussion, a lot of free, open discussion about fishing and techniques and all kinds of stuff. So, till next time.